to you. Do what you, oh, sorry.
Okay,
Do what you gotta do because I feel like you're good.
thank you. Okay, can I ask you really quickly again? So you just talked about how much you've accomplished in the 6 months. If you were to summarize your key accomplishment that you're so proud of, what would you say it is?
My key accomplishments that I'm so proud of is I know who I am. I know where I want to go. I know why I want to get there. I know if I get there, how I will feel. So like every single thing about the last 6 months has been about not being clear and just getting immense clarity in all aspects of my life. So yeah, those have been the biggest accomplishments, going inward and finding those answers for myself.
And you were saying just now, if you're happy to share, like how has that clarity impacted your life?
The clarity has helped me move forward from being stuck to being unstuck. And I think I was giving you an example about like some small days when you wake up with inaction and feel like you're never going to get there. You will your dreams will never come true, or like you all of the circumstances are feeling like a burden for you, versus feeling clarity on wait, this is how I could get there. I know you missed your workout class today, but guess what? There's an opportunity window where you can still sneak in something and you can coordinate that with people, or like just finding that small raise of opportunity. So it makes you see them versus when you are stuck, you can't really see them.
Yeah. So when you came to me like 6 months ago, and I remember you saying that you kind of felt stuck in your career and in some other areas of your life, like what was your intention back then?
Back then, I had taken a very high paying job. I was forcing myself to be on a ridiculous growth journey, and I was feeling that I was not being in this title like kind of race, or I was not getting there fast enough, or a decision that I'd made to come into this high paying job was not as satisfactory as I envisioned it to be. So I was feeling a little lost about wow, this is where everyone wants to be. Why do I feel this way? And like, am I not good enough? Or like, a little stuck as to where do I want to go from there? Even especially because I had come into my motherhood journey
Mhm.
in defining my career path. But yeah, I feel much less stuck and maybe having a more new, refined, greater strategy for myself since that space I was at.
Amazing. So how do you feel now? What would you say is like being the key difference, the key change?
The key change has been to not give control to extrinsic factors and really get clear on what I truly desire and learn to let loose things that don't serve me. So by doing that, I'm allowing for me to take actions and opportunities to come to me that are more aligned with my intention, and not keep being in spaces or opportunities or situations that don't serve me and complain and feel stuck. Instead, let's do something simple, know what you want and go after it. So I feel that's been the biggest kind of change in that mentality of being stuck in your circumstance versus creating your circumstance. It has been the biggest leap.
And also, we were just talking about like feminine and masculine energy, and I feel like one of the biggest changes with you is being stepping into the feminine. And how would you describe that's impacted your life?
Oh my gosh, I feel like you had to deconstruct some serious masculine energy from me. But I was all about, not only did I not know I was always only in my masculine energy, maybe I kind of undervalued the power of being in your feminine energy. And I think like recognizing that and learning more about feminine energy and how empowering it can be to be nurturing, to be creative, to be in the listening versus just do mode. I almost look at feminine energy to be more like the strategic space, the creative space now. And I think that has allowed me, it's kind of empowered my relationship. It has brought me clarity and peace by being, by meditating, it's made me find more things I love and bring me joy. So yeah, I now look at feminine energy as a way for me to identify what I want, and masculine energy as a way for me to achieve actions towards getting there. Maybe there's a good yin and yang balance to it. But yeah, I was not feminine, not in terms of physical appearance, but in terms of my characteristics and like kind of intention.
Yeah, I love that. And what would you say has been one of the biggest challenges you've faced in the last 6 months?
I would say self-imposed expectation. And I think it ties back to kind of either being in your masculine energy, or also ties back to one of the biggest reason why I was feeling stuck. It is to have the self-imposed expectation versus to listen and question why I have those expectations. What is the reason I feel that need to fulfill that expectation? Is that expectation still relevant to who I am or where I want to go? I think not questioning it, but just having like these barrier beliefs and thoughts were kind of a big blocker that I had to almost like let go of. So my 3 words for the year were flow, surrender, and listen. And I think I really had to surrender to the journey and like let go of the expectation. And then the answers did come, just not in the way as I had wanted them to, which I think it was the beauty of this process.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you want to stop, start, and continue doing into this next phase of your journey?
Wow, I knew you would ask this, but I don't know. Let's see what I can come up with. Oh, I want to stop overthinking. So overthinking, overanalyzing, just questioning things way too much, because not everything is meant to like have a perfect scenario planned action. So I want to stop that. I want to start leaning into leaning into perceived failures, leaning into taking risks, leaning in and surrendering into circumstances where things are unknown. So those are things that I want to like start doing and like flow more. And I want to continue listening to my inner voice. And I have mechanisms and like things that I've learned and daily rituals that help me achieve that. And I want to continue to be true to myself every day and listen to my inner voice, because I feel like there's some wisdom and like calmness and positivity there that I want to empower and coach more. So those are the 3 things I wanted.
Amazing. And one of the things that I love to close on in the 6 months is, how are you going to celebrate all of the things that you've just said that you're so proud of? Because you get to have fun, right? So how do you want to celebrate?
That's so interesting. So there's still a little masculine in me. It's not all gone. So I feel like I have
That's
a
okay.
goal that,
You're allowed to have both. It's just
yeah,
managing. It's just knowing when each comes into play.
I agree. So I have a big goal that I want to achieve, which is this global transition. And once I take that leap, I want to treat myself to another solo trip to Bali. So I feel like one of the biggest learnings that I've had from this is that solo travel is amazing, and it allows me to reflect and energize and come on to myself. So I feel that is the treat. It's on my vision board, and I will treat myself to that for, yeah, going on this journey.
I love that you did the vision board. Obviously, we did it at the retreat, but that you keep going back to it and you keep making aligned decisions. Like
Yes,
that's
and I
so
also remember everything you said. Like I sometimes play your visualization meditation. I also remember what you told me, which is like seeing it often and like allows you to have energy that comes out of it. And I think one of the things that our journey has given me is hope, right? Like when you have hope or like have things that are a little bit more magical, it kind of makes life more exciting versus have like a perfect plan and action it. So I feel like my vision board is meant to be how I create magic for myself. So I want to let that be a little fluid, a little exciting. So yeah, every time I look at my vision board, I'm like, wow, what a beautiful piece of work. You're capable of it. It's the most
yeah.
creative thing that I put together, and it's in my bedroom, and every day I wake up with that right on my face. But it's nice. It reminds me of a wonderful time and like what magic could be like.
I love it. So I know you have you want to celebrate with Bali. Is there
Mm.
anything that you can do now? Like celebrating, it doesn't have to just be big things. It gets to be like celebrating every day in your life and little wins, right? And I feel like this is a pretty major win, but is there something that you can do maybe this weekend or in the immediate future for you to celebrate?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, a part of me, as you're saying this, wants to go back to my partner and just like my love language is words of affirmation. And I just want to seek like that, hey, let's go on a date. And I want to talk about this journey and then like celebrate, all that it's been. So I feel like a part of the celebration would be more exciting if I could go back and celebrate with my husband, AJ, and be like, hey, hasn't this been quite an amazing journey? Not just for me, for you too. So that's maybe how I would look forward to doing this.
Yeah. And you were just saying as well, like it's had such a big impact on your relationship as well, right?
Yeah, it has been great on my relationship. More from the lens of like listening, learning, and leaning in with a kinder voice versus like the do energy has made me give more space to my partner and embrace his actions and his self with a different perspective. So I think that is, I mean, when you're in a long-term relationship, there's always opportunity to grow and learn. So this is another part of that.
Amazing. So the next 3 months you're focusing on, God, what did I say? Okay. I messed up.
My global transition to